Welcome to Kalu Plays COD, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about why I enjoy Gunfight in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So what is Gunfight? So Gunfight is a 2v2 mode where you team up with one other player and face another duo of players. These games take place in a small face-off style map such as Stakeout or Gala, and each player only has one life per round. The round ends when either both players die because they've only got one life, or you capture the flag in the last 10 seconds of the round, winning you the game. So, why do I enjoy the gunfight mode so much? Well, first off, and the most important reason, is that the game mode encourages team play and communication, and I believe that these are very important gameplay features that just aren't utilised in Call of Duty anymore. But in this mode, it is encouraged a lot. Whether I play Gunfight with a random player, if I'm playing solo and they have to fill the lobbies with an extra player, or whether I play in a party up with one other person, I find that because the game mode requires two players to work together, that means that people are more likely to use headsets and talk to work together to win the game. Or if I'm playing with someone that I know, such as I play with my girlfriend or I play with Blacklist a lot, I find that even though we know how to communicate when we play things like Domination or Hardpoint, in a game mode of Gunfight, I find that we naturally communicate more because the game mode requires it. So, I touched on it, but in game modes such as Hardpoint or Domination that I play quite regularly with a party, I find that the communication is limited. It's important, but it's more streamlined. It's pointing out that B is being captured or that we need to hold it down, or normally just pointing out where enemy players are. But in most cases, it's normally very limited and quite tactful. So it will be, right, okay, this player is holding down B and we need to go there. For example, in Nuketown, they're in the house or they're by the side of the house. And normally it's just repeating that same thing, and afterwards the communication stops because you just go to B and you hold it down. However, in Gunfight, you are encouraged to be communicating almost the entire time of the mode. So there's only one life, the map is very small, and to make the pressure even harder, that is then combined with the round time being very short. If you don't communicate, if you don't speak to the team that you are with, i.e. the other single player, then without any coordination or communication, when you are moving around that very small map in a very limited amount of time, then you will lose. Like, you cannot win this game mode without communication, unless you are just incredibly lucky. If you kill an enemy player, for example, that leaves you with only one other player to take out to win the game. You would think that this puts you at an advantage, or maybe will decrease the pressure, but actually it increases the pressure because it takes you time to go across the map and take out that player. You know that the time is limited and that that player can easily, very easily take out two players at once, because it happens very frequently, or you may have taken out another player, but because the time limit is limited, you know that realistically the flag's going to come to the middle of the map and they can capture that flag and then they win the game, even though you are at an advantage. If you have if it's flipped, then it creates the same amount of pressure, right? So, for example, if the situation is reversed, when you lose a teammate, so we've spoken about how you think you're at an advantage when you take out the enemy player, but what if it's the other way around? So if instead one of your teammates is taken out, this also increases the pressure because now it's you versus two. Either you are the one that's taken out and you are viewing the cam and the perspective of your teammate, or you are the only one left alive. If you are viewing your teammate's body cam, you still have to utilise communication because you might spot something that they can't, and you may point out an enemy player, and by you pointing it out, they can then take out the enemy players and still win the game. Or you can still be part of the decision-making process where you encourage them to camp or play safe so that they can go straight for the flag and then still win the game. If that happens, if you were at the disadvantage and let's say you were the one taken out and you see your teammate get on that flag, or in some cases, and it doesn't happen that infrequently, your teammate actually manages to take out 2 players in one go, I genuinely believe that is the most satisfying win that you can get in a Call of Duty game. Winning, whether you were at the advantage or disadvantage, you know that the game of Gunfight can very, very easily flip. And because of that, I genuinely believe that this is one of the best game modes, and I hope that this is a game mode to stay. This was a game mode that was, I believe, first brought in Modern Warfare 2019 when they started adding very small maps. It is a game mode that I started playing even more in Modern Warfare 2023, and I've been playing it even more in Black Ops 6 because of the face-off maps that they have put, such as Stakeout, and each DLC release they are bringing out more and more, so it brings more and more variety, meaning that there's more and more time to play this game mode. And sometimes the reality is you can't always find a party, right? So when you want to play a game like Domination or Hardpoint, it's not always enjoyable to play that game mode when you are solo, and sometimes it's not even fun to just play it with one other player. If there's only one other sort of friend or teammate that can come online, then realistically you're only going to do a few games of Domination where you keep coming across teams where the whole enemy are working together, and then it's just you and that one player communicating to win the game of Domination, which puts you at disadvantage. So sometimes the answer is, well, why don't we just play Gunfight? There's 2 of us, and we can utilise the communication, and the adrenaline rush you get from winning the game and communicating is a lot more fun. And that is why I genuinely enjoy Gunfight. But that is just my opinion on Gunfight, and I would like to know, are you playing this quite niche mode? Is it just me, or are there actually a lot of players out there that really, really enjoy Gunfight and just don't talk about it as much? If you enjoyed the video, do drop a like and subscribe to the channel, because I will be releasing even more videos when the Black Ops 7 releases on November 14th. I'll see you in the next video.